पंचतत्त्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग श्री श्री राधा गोविंद जी की श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ जी की जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतसी श्रीमद् भक्ति दयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतसी श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की जय श्रील गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय श्रील सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्रील जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ सर्वस्वामी प्रभु की सहगना स्वरूप दामोदर गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपी गोवर्धन वृंदावन श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय सर्व विघ्न विनाशनकारी श्री नृसिंह देव की जय जय श्री नित्यानंद शक्ति श्री जन्मदेवी शुभाविर्भाव तिथि पूजा महामहोत्सव जय श्री राम शक्ति श्री सीता देवी शुभाविर्भाव तिथि पूजा महामहोत्सव जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट परम पूज्य पाद परिव्राजका जगदंडी स्वामी श्रीमद् भक्ति रक्षक श्रीधर देव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट परम पूज्य पाद परिव्राजका जगदंडी स्वामी श्रीमद् भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट परम पूज्य पाद परिव्राजका जगदंडी स्वामी श्रीमद् भक्ति प्रमोद पुरी गोस्वामी महाराज की जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट परम पूज्य पाद परिव्राजका जगदंडी स्वामी श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज की पूजनीय शिक्षा गुरु वर्ग की समागत भक्त वृंद की श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की
जय पतित पावन परम करुणामय विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी महाराज की जय।
Rays of the sun, we can see the sun. Ignoring the rays of the sun, we cannot have contact with the sun. So through the internal potency, we can have contact with Supreme Lord. Ignoring the internal potency, Shuddha Bhakta, we cannot approach, we cannot come in contact with Supreme Lord and His servitors. So we have to pray for their grace. Desire for service of Sri Krishna is that we can get from the internal potency, and their expansion is Shuddha Bhakti. We require the association with Shuddha Bhakti. Why? Shuddha Bhakta has got the longing, extreme desire to serve their object to worship. You can get it from the company of Shuddha. But that reason is very essential. Now I am remembering one topic from Srimad Bhagavatam. Shukadev Goswami was speaking to Parikshit Maharaj. Govinda Bhujaguptayang Daravattam Kurudvaha Avashid Narda Vishnu Krishna Upasana Lalasha. Shukadev Goswami was speaking to Parikshit Maharaj. Narada Goswami stayed at Dwaraka Dham, in the transcendental realm, Dwaraka Dham. Always, continuously. Dwaraka Dham, protected by the arms of Govinda. Govinda Bhujagupta, Bhuja means arm. That is to say, protected by Govinda, identical with Govinda, Supreme Lord. He used to stay there, live there continuously. Where? In the transcendental realm, Dwaraka Dham. Have you ever been to Dwaraka Dham? You have to remember. Why? With the desire, extreme desire to worship Sri Krishna. Desire is not bad. Desire for worshipping Krishna, for worshipping the services of Krishna is required. Extreme desire, extreme longing, extreme perturbation, we may say, for getting the service of Sri Krishna and his devotees is necessary. But greediness or enjoyment of the gratification of the senses is bad. It is not good. Supreme Lord Sri Krishna has warned in the Gita. Trividam narakasya daram nashmatmana kavaghada lobha tasmat itatrayam tajit. In order of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. These three will take us to hell, to inferno. We should be thrown to inferno. What are the three? These are three enemies, foes. Kam, Krodh, Lobh. Kam means last. Any activity which tends to the satisfaction of gross and subtle senses is called Kam. It will take us to hell, to inferno, dangerous. Kam. We have to give up this propensity, evil propensity, totally. This is the advice of instruction of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Krodh. Krodh means anger, wrath, indignation, whatever it is. It will take us to hell. It will ruin us. It will destroy us. Kam, Krodh, and Lobh, greediness. Greed, creation of the senses, material senses. Dangerous. Etattvayam trajit kam krodha lobha tasmai. Trividam narakasridam daram nasanatman. It will destroy us. It will ruin us. We will be utterly ruined if you go after these three foes. Kam, Krodh, and Lobh. Lobh is also there. Desire for enjoyment. But that desire, if it is engaged for the service of Sri Krishna and the services of Sri Krishna, is very good. Narada Goswami, our Gurudev, you remember, in your preceptoral channel, he stayed, he dwelt in the transcendental realm, Dwarakadham. For what purpose? With the extreme desire to, what is that purpose? To serve Sri Krishna. To worship Sri Krishna. Dharvatan Kurudva, Avashid Narakshana, Krishna Upasana Lalasha, Krishna Upasana Lalasha, with the desire to worship Krishna. That is allowed. That will be very necessary, essential. It will take us to the lotus feet of Supreme Lord and the lotus feet of the absolute counterparts of Supreme Lord, Shuddha Bhakta, Sadguru. Always, continuously, he used to say. Now, Vishnu Chakravartipad, in his commentary of this sloka, have you gone through this? In his commentary of this sloka, he raised one question. What is that question? You have not gone through this? Raised one question. Daksha Prajapati, the son of Brahma, cursed Narada Goswami. He will not be able to remain in one place at a stretch. But now Shukadeva Goswami was speaking to Parikshit Maharaj. Narada Goswami stayed at Dwarakadham continuously, always. How is it? Where is the consistency, the relevance? How we can find the harmony? Now Vishnu Chakravartipad has solved this problem by saying, you see, Daksha Prajapati is the son of Brahma. He is of Brahmanda, this material realm. Brahmanda means there are 7 upper worlds and 7 inner lower worlds, nether worlds. 14 planets, you may say. One Brahmanda is consisting of 14 planets. That Brahmanda, within that Brahmanda, Daksha Prajapati's whatever curse or blessing will have effective within that Brahman, not beyond that Brahman. He is a Brahman. Now, where you are staying? In England. In England you are staying, United Kingdom or England. Now, if anybody commits some crime here, after committing the crime, crosses the border of England and goes to France and Germany, whether the laws of England will have effect on him, because he has crossed the border. He will have to approach the government of France or Germany. This is the girl, you take steps for this. The laws of England will not be effective on him. As long as he is within, but he was within the territory, so long their laws will be effective. And across the territory, Narada Goswami has crossed the Brahmanda, and he was staying in the transcendental realm, Dwarakadham. So, the curse of Daksha Prajapati was ineffective. There got no influence for that reason. Now, he narrated the history. Why Dakha Prajapati cursed Narada Goswami? If you will remain, you cannot remain in one place at a stretch. What is the reason? Now Dakha Prajapati was ordered by his father Brahma, he is the direct son of Brahma. You should increase creation. It is my order. To carry out the order of his father, revered father, is the duty of the obedient son. So Dakha Prajapati, all right, you should try. He created, produced 10,000 sons, not one. 10,000 he created. After creating 10,000 sons in this Brahmanda, it is nothing. We have to increase the creation. That is the order of my revered father. Then he ordered, when they were grown up, young age, all the sons became young age, grown up. Then Dakha Prajapati said, it is the desire of my revered father to increase creation. So you should also increase creation. But to increase creation, you require the grace of Supreme Lord. So you should go to the forest for worshipping Supreme Lord with great penance and austerity. Without the grace of Supreme Lord, we will not be successful in creating living beings in this world, or increase the human beings in this world. So go, it is my desire, you go and perform penance. And they went to a particular place in the forest to perform penance to increase creation. Narada Goswami came to know, in such and such place, on such and such place, the 10,000 sons of Dakha Prajapati went there with the purpose of increasing creation. All right. Narada Goswami went there and sat his holy footprints with white beard, tall figure, very great saint. When he put his holy footprints there, the young boys, they paid obeisance automatically. Then Narada Goswami asked them, why you have come here? What for? It is the order of my revered father. You should perform penance to increase creation. For that reason you have come here. What benefit you will get by increasing creation? What benefit? You know. It is the order of my revered father, so we have come. We don't know what we do. They are frank. They are young boys with simple heart. You see, you should understand, you are not beasts, you are not birds. There are many living beings. You are human beings. God has given you the power of reasoning. There is ability, I believe, I admit this, and then along with it, rationality is also there. You are not like beasts and birds. You have got the discriminating power. You are born as a human being. Your father has sent you here to worship Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord has created this human being for worship of Supreme Lord, of Him, and for nothing else. Not for eating as the other beasts and birds they do. Sleeping, defending and mating, not for that. This human birth is meant for worship. What benefit you will get by increasing creation? You don't know. By increasing creation, that created being will be born in the mother's womb. When the baby will be in the mother womb, then with hips up and stooping head, that baby should remain in the mother's womb, like this. And worms will bite the soft body of the baby, and that baby will not be able to redress it. But tremendous suffering. You want to create, to give suffering to the living beings of the world? What for you have come? If you are in the mother's womb, you want to be born, you will find extreme suffering, and other living beings will find extreme suffering. To give them suffering, you have come here. At the time of death, the extreme suffering. Nobody wants to die. But God of death, messenger of God of death will come and force you to take. Tremendous suffering, you will remain at the time of the death of a person. The tremendous suffering is there. For giving that suffering, if a man is born, then it will die. Death is a great suffering, tremendous. And birth is also a tremendous suffering. And as long as you live here, all along you will not get happiness. Happiness means pleasure and pain, both. You know. And that pleasure is given only to feel the pain. You will have threefold afflictions. Afflictions caused by other living beings. Affliction caused by diseases, etc. Affliction caused by the separation grief of a near and dear ones. Affliction caused by natural calamities. For this you have come. Narada Goswami, we remember Narada Goswami in the preceptual channel, and at the end also we remember Bhakti Thakur. Daily, Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, and our Guru Bhai. Bhakti Thakur and Narada Goswami identical. Their pastimes may be different, but in principle they are the same. And what Bhakti Thakur has said, when I was in America, I had no idea about Boreham Pujya, although I saw him when he, after taking sannyas, he was, for 2 or 3 years, he was there in Damodar temple. When I went there to Vrindavan, our Mat, Chaitanya Gauri Mat, I had been to that place to pay my obeisance to Swami Maharaja. And when I went there, he showed me, you go through this. I have written this back to home, back to body. Very indistinct printing of the Vrindavan, very difficult to read. I tried to read. And these are the books I will go through. Now this is very printed in Hong Kong and other places in America, very good at that time. Then I requested our Guru Maharaj is here. Will you not kindly go to our Mat while Radha Govinda Vigraha is there, our Guru? Yes, I shall go. I shall go. Then he came to Chaitanya Gauri Mat and met Guru Maharaj and had some talk, I don't know, privately. And after that, when he was going at the gate, he asked me to come here. I have got the desire to go outside India. to preach. You should be with me. And I was astounded. How can I be? I am the secretary of the Chaitanya Guru institution. Our Guru Maharaj is here and all responsibility is with me. I am to take permission from Gurudev. I don't know whether he will allow me to go. Then he became disappointed. He tried to get somebody. Then ultimately he went alone. So now when I was there in New York and other places, I heard his speeches in tape record. Vaikunthanath Das, one professor, has got great affection for me. He used to take me to different places. This time also, he was in San Francisco. Very sincere soul. He used to hear the speeches, sermons of Param Pujya Swami Maharaj. Can I start this tape record? Will you disturb me? No. I shall have the opportunity to hear when I hear. In his speeches, I saw one speciality, always praying. He was doing Bengali songs of Vaishnava, praying the grace of the Vaishnavas, Nityananda Prabhu, and Gauranga Prabhu, always praying. Bengali songs. Sometimes some Bengali songs he used to translate, and some Bengali songs he used to only recite. And others they are also doing after his recitation. Because without the grace of the devotees of Supreme Lord, we cannot have the devotion to Him. But that is, we cannot be successful in our attempt, at least for the spread of the divine message, without the grace. For that, I have seen this speciality. Wherever he went, he was doing this. Now, you see, here, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he was singing the song of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Narottam Thakur, etc. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, Durlabha manava janma lobhiya sangsare, Krishna bhajire dukkha kohiva kahare. You have understood? We have got this precious human birth. After 80 lakhs of species going through. Then we have got this 4 lakhs of human species. After passing through so many species of life, this precious human birth we have got. This birth is meant for only worship of Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. But so long we have spoiled the time. We cannot say after death, we can get again human birth. Nobody can say. Nobody can give any guarantee. When King Bharat, the eldest son of Rishabdev, he left his family life, domestic life. It is very difficult to worship. There is so much disturbance and so much attachment. In his young age, he went to the forest to worship Supreme Lord. With that purpose. But there, I don't want to say the whole history. He came in contact with one offspring of a deer. That was on the verge of death. He had a compassion and took out the offspring of the deer from the spring. And now that mother deer died, so what he could do now? He has to give attention to this. Then this offspring of the deer will die. He went to the villages to beg milk, etc. He has left his family life. he will not give any energy. Now Maya has come into the forest and he was giving his energy. Ultimately, at the time of death was thinking, if I die, who will look after this offspring of deer? So nice, the deer's eyes are very nice, very attractive. So he had some affection for the deer. And thinking deer, he left the body and on the next birth he became deer. Such a great person. And he renounced family life. He performed so penance. Jang jang bhavi smaran bhavam tajet tante kalevaram tam tavati kodu sajatat bhav bhavita. At the time of death, whatever we think, we shall have birth accordingly. We cannot say the next birth we shall get human birth. We have got affection for cat, for dog. When I was going from Madrid to Tenerife in the executive class, we have many. So I saw one lady was taking a cat in that plane. And another person I saw that he was taking one dog and giving their energy to me. And at the time of death, what they will think? My dear cat, where is my dear cat? Where is my dear dog? By thinking that, they will leave this body and they will become cat and dog. So it is very dangerous. Now you see, we have got this precious human earth. A moment we should not spoil. A pious person, a wise person will not do this. For that reason, Bhakti Thakur has said, Durlabha manava janma lobhiya samsari, Krishna bhajilu dukkha kahi bagaru. To whom I shall speak my mental agony, mental worries. Up till now, I have not worshipped Sri Krishna. I have got this human birth. I have spoiled the time. To whom I shall speak my heart. সংসার করি মিছে গেল কাল, লাভ না হইল কিছু ঘটিল জঞ্জাল। Now I have spoiled my time thinking about samsara, this earthly life, worldly life of a sensuous enjoyment. I am always thinking about this, how to have a good building, how to have this sort of enjoyment, that sort of enjoyment. লাভ না হইল কিছু ঘটিল জঞ্জাল। I gained nothing. I got no benefit. Only I have increased janjal, garbage, rubbish. I have increased rubbish things, non-eternal things. The word is used, janjal. Janjal means refuse, rubbish, garbage. Bhakti Thakur is using this word. Kotilo janjal. I had not gained anything. I have increased my trouble. Figuratively, it means I have increased my trouble. সংসার করে মিছে গেল গাল, লাভ না হইল কিছু ঘটিল জঞ্জাল। কিসের সংসার এই ছায়াবাজি প্রায়, ইহাতে মমতা করি বৃথা যেন যায়। What is this samsar? This is earthly life, worldly life, domestic life, family life. What is this? It is like a ছায়াবাজি. ছায়াবাজি means magic lantern. One picture is coming, another picture going, another picture coming. So many persons. You found so many persons and so many persons left. Even after coming to our mart, we had the great fortune of getting our Gurudev and also other Guru Varga, and then Sudhir Goswami Maharaj left, Keshav Goswami Maharaj left, Sauti Goswami Maharaj left, all left, Ban Maharaj Goswami Maharaj left, and now Puri Goswami Maharaj also left. Nobody. And it was a full, there are many Vaishnavas like this. In our previous life, I don't want to say about that. Any moment, separation is inevitable. So, Kishara Sangsara Chayabaji Pray. You are thinking about this samsara, about this earthly life. Any moment, this picture may be finished. Like a magic lantern. We are spoiling the time for being attached to these non-eternal relations of this world. Think of this saying. Ishara Sangsara Chayabaji. Yahate mamata kori birtha dina jai. Uselessly, we are spoiling the time. Birtha, futile. এ দেহ পতন হলে কি রবে আমার দেহ সুখ নাহি দিবে পুত্র পরিবার and this body will perish, what remains? When this body will perish, everything we shall have to leave. Whatever we do in this world, we shall have to leave. Nothing will go with us. Whether this building will go, whether the money in the bank will go, whether the relations will go, everything will remain here. You can take nothing. As long as this body is there, so long you have got some relation. And body finishes, everything finishes. For that reason, it is said, we are like an ass, like a donkey, we are laboring hard, working hard for the non-eternal relations of the world. Gardhormate kori parishram. Kal lagya to kori naguchilo param. For whom we are doing this? We are carrying the burden of our family life, domestic life, burden. What for? Actual relation is with Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. He is the dearest. All kinds of relation are with Sri Krishna. When you do not worship Sri Krishna, love Krishna as eternal master, then Sri Krishna's external potency will give us non-eternal relation, non-eternal master. That non-eternal master will die and you shall have to repent. You shall have to mourn for that. If we do not serve Krishna as friend, then the illusory energy will give us non-eternal friend. We shall have attachment, more attachment to a friend, bosom friend. Master and servant relation is a relation but a majestic relation. But friend-friend relation is more close relation. When a friend will die with more severe separation. This is the punishment. Why you have not loved Krishna as friend? So you will get non-eternal friend. If you don't love Krishna as son, we will get non-eternal son. Which will die, who will die, there will be separation. We will worship Krishna as husband, then we shall get non-eternal husband. All relations are with Krishna. For whom we are working? The donkey and ass they carry all the loads they carry the loads of sugar and all the clothing, but they cannot use that. They cannot take sugar, they cannot taste the sugar, they cannot wear the clothing. Like that. We are not thinking for whom we are doing. দিন যায় মিছা কাজে নিশা নিদ্রা বসে নাই ওই মরণ নিকটে আছে বসে In the daytime, what we are doing? We shall see this thing, that thing, and we have got TV in our own house now, cinema in our house, cinematograph house, we are seeing. So, cinema, we have to see this cinema, that sort of film, etc. Now, and again we shall go to that place and this place. Always some program of enjoyment of this world, material enjoyment. You're spoiling the time. Not for actual benefit. We're engaging our mind into non-eternal things of this world and entangling ourselves to non-eternal things of this world. You're encouraging that entanglement. It's foolishness. Din jai micha kaje. Nisha nidra base. And the night we spoil this time by sleeping. Night sleeping and daytime to get some our sensuous enjoyment. What we have got a great program for that. We do not think that death is in the vicinity. Death is sitting near me. Marano nikote ache boshe, literally. What Death is sitting near you. Death in any moment you may die. When you should perform bhajan? Bhalavanda khai heji parichintahin, nai bhavi deho chariva gunadin. In the morning, what kind of breakfast we shall take? This sort of breakfast. Then we shall have to take a lunch and then we shall get dinner. All this program. We are not thinking of our eternal welfare. Bhalavanda khai parichintahin, nai bhavi deho chariva gunadin. We never think that we shall leave this body. It is not permanent. It will not remain perpetually, eternally. Any moment we will lose this. When we shall perform bhajan? Deho geho kalatradi chinta virata, jage chidumar buddhi kari hata. Always I am thinking of my own body, bodily interest. And the house, how to keep the house in a very nice way. I am thinking about the house, about the body relations, wife, children, etc. All these are coming up in your mind. And my whole wisdom has been finished. Our whole wisdom and intelligence is finished. Buddhi kari hata. Hata means all the intelligent wisdom is finished, is destroyed, is ruined. Hai hai nahi bhavi anitya sab. Jivone vigate kotha rahi hai. Hai hai, alas, alas. I am not thinking all this relation, this body is not eternal, body is all not eternal. I am not thinking about this. Anitya sab. When my life will end, nothing will go with me. Everything will remain here. After death, this beloved is very, we have got attachment to this body. By this body you are enjoying this body. Where they will take it? Crematorium, cremation ground in India. And Shasane Sharima Pariya Rahibe, Bihanga Patangatai Bihara Koribe. It will be taken to this cremation ground and the birds and insects will fly over. And they will be pleased. কুকুর ও শিকার সব আনন্দিত হয়ে মহোৎসব করে সাদের দিল. Jackals And dogs, they will be very much pleased. They will make a feast of this body. Ultimately, what they will think? When they will come to their body, oh, it is a very delicious food. Let me see. Think about this. কুকুর শিগাল আনন্দিত হয়ে মহোৎসব করিবে সাদের দেহ হয়ে. This beloved body, they will think it is a very delicious food. They will make a feast of it. They are waiting. যে দেহের এই গতি তার অনুগত সংসার বৈভব বন্ধু. This body and this consequence of this body is such. And depending on this body, we have spent all our energy. What is this? Is this wisdom or intelligence? All this samsara vaibhav, all the wealth of this non-eternal world and all the relations are all perishable. Any moment we may lose this. What benefit will we get? যে দেহের এই তার অনুগত সংসার বৈভব বন্ধু জনতা, all the friends and this world. অতএব মায়ামোহ ছাড়ি বুদ্ধিমান নিত্য কৃষ্ণ ভক্তি করুণা সন্ধান. You understand Bengali? Therefore, we should give up our infatuation, give up our illusion. We are being enveloped by the usual energy. We should give up that. And we should start Krishna Bhajan. What we should do? Start Krishna Bhajan. Daily, every day, Narada Goswami was instructing those 10,000 young children of the Kupali. They are hearing. All right. We shall not go to the family life. We shall not marry. And then they become all ascetics. Urdhva, they preserve this semen without going to sex. Urdhva. And they will enter into family life. The family, they cannot increase creation. Then the Prajapati was enraged. What is this? I have sent my sons to increase creation, and Narada Goswami, what he did? He made them all ascetics. But he could not curse, because Narada Goswami, the dearest devotee of Supreme God, so he was afraid. Somehow he tolerated. And after that, again he created 1,000 sons this time, not 10,000. And he ordered the 1,000 sons, when they have grown up, you go to such and such place in the forest to increase creation. All right. They went there. And Narada Goswami got the information. The 1,000 sons of the Prajapati and went certain place there in the forest. He went there and said the holy footprints, singing the great saying, all the yawns, all right, for what purpose you have come here? Our father, revered father, has ordered us to increase creation. For that reason, we have come to worship Supreme Lord here. What benefit will get by increased creation? What benefit? Good. That's the order of our revered father. You have to think. You are not a beast. You are a rational being. You are a human being. You have to think. What for this human birth? It's not for eating, sleeping, defending and mating. As Jokindra used to say earlier. This is not, this human birth is not meant for power. God has created for the worship. You understood? But we have got the order. Your father does not do anything. Hear me. By increasing creation, you have to be born in the mother's womb. Serious tribulation, severe, serious. Suffering there, baby. Imagine this. Even a young man with a stout and strong body, if he is fastened to a pillar from leg to up to the neck, and if some poisonous ants are thrown in his body and they started fighting, and he could not redress it, what sort of affliction he will get? With the strong and stout body, he will be on the verge of death, extreme suffering. He is not dying but suffering. And that baby is soft, worms, when they bite, extreme suffering. And they cannot redress because like this they are. But to think about this, by creation, that created being will be in the mother's womb. At least the human beings and other beasts. Then, after the time of death, you will have severe suffering. You sit before the person when he dies, what sort of pain he is getting. See. And as long as you live here, the threefold affliction. I shall give you knowledge for your own benefit, for the benefit of your father. You can pay back the debts of your father and mother. They are giving you a wrong advice. They should also worship Sri Krishna, and you should also worship Sri Krishna. If you worship Sri Krishna, it will be to actual service of your parents. I shall make class. Thrice and 4 times a day. You have to sit and hear. All right. Sitting and hearing for a long time. All right. We shall not enter into house only life. We should be capacity. And blessing you, apart from worship. They become all blessing. They will not enter into the life. Then Narada Krishna was enraged. Hey, Dakha Prajapati was enraged. What is this? This time again, he laid all my sons aside. Then he could not tolerate. But he cursed, you cannot remain in a place for a long time. You should have to remain for a little time. You should have to roam, you should have to travel throughout the Brahmanda. You cannot remain in one place. Because he has got afraid that he is a great devotee of Krishna. He has cursed this. So, Narada Krishna was very. I was speaking about the glories of Supreme Lord in one place. Now I shall seek the glories throughout the Brahmanda. I think the glory is very beneficial for me. Why he did this? What is they call? Cause is this. If anybody hears for 2 or 3 days about the worship, about the glory of worship, Supreme Lord Sri Krishna and other devotees, and if he engages his energy for the worldly things for 363 days, and 2 days only for Krishna, then his family will remain intact, and he will have also association. So it is very wise to make here in Watford only for 2 days. You are not to make it more, 2 days or 1 day. And the most time should be spent for worldly life. Then you can keep your family life. And the real sadhu, if you being a real sadhu, and continuously you are hearing for 1 month, never one for 1 month. Even 15 days is very risky. 2 days or 1 day. Like Watford, like Birmingham, like Bristol. They are very wise. 2 days, 2 days.
London is a great fool.
Isn't it?
Guru Maharaji, I have one question. May I ask one question? If a person has taken shelter of Satguru, as you have said one must do, and is chanting the holy names, and Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that if you have done this, then you have no worries, my devotee shall never perish. Then why should we fear going to hell? Why should we fear hellish planets? If we're trying so hard, if we've taken this blessing from Satguru, and we are trying to chant the holy names, why should we fear hell?
If you chant the holy name, you have got belief, then you are remembering Krishna. Where there is Krishna, there cannot be Maya. Whenever you will forget Krishna, Narada Goswami is Maya. When he forgets Krishna, Narada Goswami also infatuated. You have heard about it. Yeah. But when he remembers Krishna, there is no Maya. When there is light, there is no darkness, and problems get to darkness, there cannot be. When there is darkness, always problems. When light comes, then darkness will go, and problems created by darkness will automatically go. If we can remember actually, remember Krishna always, there can be no problem. But we sometimes forget. For that reason, Daksha Prajapati has thought, the always Shuddha Bhakta, association of Shuddha Bhakta is very dangerous. It is not, it do not serve our purpose. We shall not object, we shall not pay disrespect to sadhus. But they should come for 1 hour, 2 hours, or 1 or 2 days, not more than. But that is his wisdom. And by the grace of the sadhu, we will get 1 or 2 days grace. By that grace, we shall move in this world very easily, and we shall create, we shall have our family life also, both at a time. But if you continuously hear, then you will become all ascetics, and every creation will be stopped.
Guru Maharaj,
He is wise.
in the holy biography of our Param Guru, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, your Gurudev, there's a very beautiful story that he told you which encouraged you to take up ascetic life, about the ducks in the lake. And
Ducks.
can you tell that story, because it's relevant to the question that
That was the first question. When our Guru Maharaj said his holy place in our place, I was doing without any advice of any saints, by seeing the books, etc. And by the advice of our revered father. Our revered father always were indifferent to these worldly things. And whenever I start my reading of the college books and the school books, he used to speak many things about renunciation. My reading was stopped, and I shall not get good result. And whenever I start, and our father tries to started speaking something. What can I do? I cannot say anything. You should not speak, and I cannot have the time to read. And what is this? But for that reason, some sort of knowledge I have got, and with that knowledge, I was worshipping in a room with some deep portraits of Supreme Lord. Now our younger brother informed me, you do not know what? One Swamiji has come to Harisabha He is delivering there speeches. All the elites of the town, they have gone there. You don't know? No. I am going. I went there. I saw Guru Maharaja speaking. Very tall figure, white complexion. But he was speaking something I couldn't understand at that time. Because everything new. This Antaranga Shakti, Tatastha Shakti, they couldn't understand what they are saying. Because they have not heard about it in the college and in the... I was only looking, I couldn't understand. But I could understand only he is a Krishna Bhakta. I want Krishna Bhakti's life with him. So where he is staying? He is staying in the house of Ram Mohan Da. We say Ram Mohan Da. A clerk under our advocate uncle. Our uncle was the advocate, and there were some clerks, and one of the clerks used to come and to do the clerical work. We saw him. We never went to his house. But Guru Maharaj stayed there. We were astounded. What is this? So with another friend I went to meet Guru Maharaj. I saw Guru Maharaj there. There I saw the place was very, first time I saw, but very sanctified. They are worshipping Radha Krishna Mahaprabhu, and there is also basin leaf tree also, everything is very sanctified, although they are not rich. But it is very congenial for a Shuddha Bhakta to stay with them. So I saw first. I had an impression. And I put the question to Guru Maharaj. This question, when I started bhajan, I was deeply for 2 hours, 1 hour, 2 hours thinking about. But at that time, when I did not come in contact with Gaudiya Math, I thought it is very easy to get God. Now God will come. If God will come, then I shall have to leave this world. These all the relations, then my meditation stopped. Oh, I shall have to leave all this dear and dear ones. Then how? Then I walked on. Again I came. Again I started meditation and doing some bhajan. Oh, God will come. Then I shall have to leave this place. Then my meditation and my bhajan stopped. Will you please advise me that my bhajan at that time should continue? Then Guru Maharaj, yes, it's a very, very nice question. I have spoken a very illiterate question, but Guru Maharaj, to encourage me, nice question. Then he gave me one instance. You see, once, not duck, a gander goose, you may say, big size swan, and some swans in the sky, high, in a great height, they are moving from one side to another. And some ducks are there in a small tank, a pond, and there is very filthy. And there are many kinds of worms they are taking, and so small fishes. They are seeing like us, so beautiful. From where they are coming, where they are going. If I go there to their place, then we should be also like this. Then they are very, with great humility and eagerness, they are looking there. One of the swan, he was graceful. Oh, this seems to be like us. They are in this filthy place. I am to rescue them. And the swan lands like his aircraft in this way, directly in this way, circling. When this one touched the heart, they were responding to the huge, big size, this one, and coming, approaching to them with the feathers, with the different colors, and the sunshine is dazzling. Oh, you're very much attracted. And that swan came to them. Oh, where from you have come? Oh, we have been to the sea. Where are you going? Maharaja. Lake. Oh, that is very beautiful, yes. Can you go there? Yes, I have come to take you. Go with me. No, you cannot fly like you. You have got no capacity to fly. You see, you 3-4 should sit on my back. I shall take you. Then they are thinking, you cannot come and sit. I shall take you to that place. They were thinking, what can we do? This swan will take us, but we should ask them how we can survive, whether this kind of food will be available or not. These worms, small fishes, we have to ask them. Yes, we shall go there, but what we shall eat there? These sort of things will be needed. No, this is nasty things. We take the stalk of the lotus. Oh, then we can go. We cannot go. We shall die. When I've got attachment to this body, non-eternal things, this will obstruct us from going to Supreme Lord, Vishuddha Bhakti. For that reason, we require the association of bona fide sadhu. Dushanga Musri Jashatsi Sadhu Vidyama. Shanta Vachintan, the Mana Vyasanga Ukti Bhi. We have to give up the evil company and we have to associate with bona fide sadhu. They will cut our attachment to this world by their forcible words, not by night, forcible words. Because if you associate with bona fide sadhu, they can cut our attachment with these non-eternal things. That is necessary. Without the association of sadhu, nobody can be rescued from this world. We are in bondage and others are also in bondage. Who will awake us? If there is an awakened soul, he can awaken many persons who are sleeping. But that is this sort of instance he narrated to me. You have got attachment to this body and body relation. That relation is obstructing you to go into them. You should associate with sadhus, you should hear sadhus. Then sadhus will remove that. Our really, that's, he has got some good eternal deeds that he did. For that reason, so many sadhus have come.
I think it's a causeless mercy. In Kali Yuga, sadhu, their mercy is causeless. So I don't have any background.
Yeah, that's first, no doubt in it.
Maharaj, sometimes, like being in Grihastha ashram, we have to do business, worldly business, and we do sadhu sangha a few times a year, and then sadhu's not coming, and we're chanting, trying to do bhajan, but mind, no impressions of Vrindavan, only impressions of England. Mind is going to England, going to Vrindavan and England, Mayapur, England, and like this. How to solve this problem?
But you see, there are two ways of performing bhajan. One remaining in the household. That is called pravritti marg. And another is nivritti marg. And nivritti marg, who is capable of giving all full energy for the service. They have submitted Priti Marg. And if we Pravritti Marg, they have got some aptitude to enjoy this world also, and they have the aptitude to worship. Then they go to the family life. If they go to the family life, they have to earn something. Without that, they cannot move. For that reason, some energy should be given. Total energy you cannot give. Some energy must be given. Otherwise, it will increase problems. If you cannot have the required money to move in this world, you will be in more mental disturbance. You cannot perform bhajan. So, Pravritti Marg is accepted by general people. They are only competent to have this Pravritti Marg, general people. Rare people are, they deserve to have this Nivritti Marg, where they can give their whole energy for the service. If they desire, they will misuse this also. But if they desire, you can do this. They have got no other engagements. But household devotees, they have got so much engagement. With the household devotees, they have built a big mosque there in Bhatinda. Big mosque. And there are many 400, 500, I think 1,000 household devotees. They come to us, give us ascetic, because we cannot give our energy, full energy, 24-hour service. We have got our own parents, own family members. We have to do business, we have to do. But you become ascetic. They will become ascetic. And they come to us. We give them ascetic. We have to send Janardhan Maharaj and another Brahmachari. They have made it Sri Chaitanya Gauri Mata. We have given warning. We have got many mods and we do not get ascetics, so we are not accepting mod now. So you have to take this responsibility. All right. But you will order us. We should make a Chaitanya Gauri Mata. Now after making, they will give us. What is this? We become ascetic, then we can start new mods. 24-hour service is necessary for mod. They have got the desire to start one branch here of Gokul. If Supreme Lord Sri Krishna desires, then they will be successful. Gokul Pratishthan is possible because there will be household devotees also there. But Chaitanya Gauri Mata is difficult.
Sometime we were told in the Sankirtan mission in this Kali Yuga that Mahaprabhu used to say, whatever position you are, don't change. Nahami Purna Chanara Patira Vishuna Shidru, Nachagia Patino Vanashita Tirva, Kintu Pradani Pilapananda, Punta, Dekopi Bhati Bhati. So in this slope, he said that Sankirtan movement doesn't depend of ashram, and there were many examples like many associates, Guru Prasad, some they also some brahmachari, some it just depends on the Varna ashram. So could we say that a grihastha also can be renounced?
Yeah, they are doing. They are also doing. They are holding classes there, and all the grihastha disciples there. Somebody is speaking, and some others there. Some person is performing kirtan, and others repeating like that. As we do, they also do, and that they are increasing the number. The number increased, all our householders, the householders increased. But nobody wants to leave their house. When we find some young man and he wants to come to us, then his parents have heart attack and also all these things, they are sending telegrams and all such, we shall die or your mother will die. Then he is forced to come, and when he comes, he marries them. immediately. Yes, sir. They want that a son of other persons should be ascetic. But my son, but when they are increasing in that sense, in the numbers. So much homesick.
Actually, my question was, can one achieve perfection while remaining in household?
Yes.
In Mahaprabhu's
Yes, perfection.
process.
Ambarish Maharaj and also Dhruva, Prahlad, they are householders. But it is not so easy to become a Ambarish Maharaj. It's very difficult. Ambarish Maharaj, being the emperor of the whole world, he engages all sense service, everything for the service of Krishna. We will not find any time. We have got small business, some do some small money. With that, we are so much engaged with it. But being the emperor of the whole world, how he can engage all the senses for the service of Krishna?
What about Yukta Viragya Maharaj? Yukta Viragya.
And what it is written, you think. Ambarisha Mahabhaga Shapta Dipavating Vahim Abhyancha Sriyang Labdha Bhyavan Chadunum Mere Durlabham Pungshan Sarvam Tat Sapna Sanskritam Viddhan Bhyava Nirvanam Tamavashidi Jatkumar. Ambarish Maharaj, being the emperor of the 7 islands, 7 continents of the world, he had got no attachment. He thought all this, what I have got, is like a dream. As we see anything in the dream, then when dream, we wake up from dream, that is false. He was thinking like that. Can we think like this? Now we see. We have to compare to him. All this whole world property, he is the own sole proprietor. He is not a president made by the vote. The sole proprietor. But he had got no attachment. And also, which a human being cannot think about this. If I become Henry IV, then I am the rest. I am the greatest position I have got. But I shall become the whole world proprietor. Nobody can think about this. By getting that, he has got no attachment. And he knows this property I have got. In my life, I may have separation from this. Any moment, I may be separated from this. Any moment. Or I shall live, what will remain here? Nothing will go with me. And if anybody thinks that I am the enjoyer of this property, then that person will go to hell. Being the proprietor, actual proprietor, he is thinking, I am not the proprietor is Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. I am not the proprietor. If anybody thinks like that, but Maya is such thing, we are doing one temple by collecting funds from different places, but we have got the ego that I am this, I am the owner of this. We are not ashamed of claiming this. You are not doing this by your own fund, own earned money. Yet, that's it. But Ambarish Maharaj, being the emperor actual, he has got no attachment to this. And he knows, if I have this sort of mentality, to enjoy this property, I should go to hell. Not so easy. It is easy to say, difficult.
Well, one has to follow in the footsteps.
Step by step.
Not following footsteps of great personalities.
But you have to do all the gather many household devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Many. All are not ascetics. They have household devotees. But they are like ascetics. Remaining. They know this house, it belongs to me. My body belongs to me.
Is that Yukta Viragya?
They know it practically, not theoretically.
Mm.
We say in the mouth, not on the heart. If Krishna comes, I have come. I have come to you. You have called me. Go with me. Oh, now I have constructed this building. I have to have entrance into it. You will not allow me? It's so nice building. So you have called me why? I have called you. So much strawberries. I require another $1,000, $2,000 to meet the date you give me. We call Krishna and Krishna will come, we will not be able to go with him. We will demand something to remove our these worldly difficulties. Nobody wants from the core of the heart Krishna. If he wants, immediately he will get. Very difficult. Something is better than nothing. You have to move on. Gradually he will guess us.
Maharaj is in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sudamodar Goswami says, Jaha Bhagavapada Vaishnavir Stani, to approach a Bhakta Bhagavat, study Bhagavatam under his guidance. This refer to Vapu only or Vani, both?
Yes, Vani and Bopu both, as Ishwar Prabhupada is to do. Madhavendra Prabhupada. Ramchandra Puri, he could not get the grace of Madhavendra Prabhupada. Ishwar Prabhupada served Vani and Bopu both. You have to give everything for the service of.
But we're studying Bhagavatam, but we're not under direct guidance always. Is it the same thing, or still we need Vapu more?
Yes, because if we engage your service, then you are bona fide devotee, then you will have some attachment, and they give this service out of compassion. Our Puri Goswami has remained for some time. He could have gone earlier. Why he remained? Because they are very much grief-stricken. He remained. Let them serve me for some time. Let them have their energy. They want to give some energy to me. They are compassionate. Sometimes they willingly remain. Against his will. They do this.
When Diksha Guru leaves this world, and one has Siksha Gurus, but not always opportunity to get close association, but studying Bhagavatam, reading Shastra, but doing some seva, but in distant place. Is it still not sufficient? One needs more direct? Or this is...
If you get a superior Vaishnava, you will be more benefited. But when you will get superior Vaishnava, you can go through the sermons and instructions and writings of the Bhakta. And you can serve Tulsi. Tulsi is Vrinda Devi. And if you are sincere, God Supreme Lord Sri Krishna has said, Nahi kalladikit kushchit durgudin tavet. A sincere soul will never be deceived. Confidently, if you are sincere, you will not be deceived. He is everywhere. And his personal associates are everywhere. When Narottam Thakur, after getting prem from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Prem Toli, and he became so perturbed, and he was going towards Vrindavan. He was the king's son, and he left everything, and crying, going without food, everything, towards Vrindavan. On the road, after 2-3 days, he fell unconscious. At that time, Gaurang Mahaprabhu, in a Brahmin form, came and gave him milk, warm milk. And Sanatana Goswami disappeared many years before. Sanatana Goswami appeared there. he gave this meat to them. You will find. And they disobeyed him. Any is where they can appear. They are waiting. And he was again, he get back the honors. And then went down. God is real, his personal associates are real. These worldly things cannot obstruct them. If they want to grace, they can come. Anyway.
Now, process of Krishna consciousness as mentioned by Sri Rupa Goswami, Adu Shraddha, then Tathasatu Sangha, then Bhajana Kriya. So when somebody is fortunate, he comes to associate with bona fide sadhu, then if he's sincere enough, then he meets the Sadguru, then he surrenders to Sadguru, then Bhajana Kriya begins. Now, what's the duty of that fortunate soul who has come in contact with the Sadguru and in under Bhajana Kriya? So at that time, Guru takes responsibility of that Sisya forever. So now, what the duty to that disciple when a Guru is present or absent? It's not anymore. What's the duty of that disciple?
You see, you have gone through the biography of Dhruva. In Srimad Bhagavatam.
Little bit. I heard. From
Dhruva only once had got the occasion to see Narada. Never he saw it. But he got the ultimate goal, ultimate objective. Why? He acted as per the direction of his Guru. In total. Never next time negative. There is no record.
right.
But whatever he heard from Narada Goswami and whatever he instructed, he did it in total. But we do not do it. We only hear. If you can do it, you will not do it. Remaining near Gurudev is not very important, but you have to act according to the advice. Whatever he has given you, you have to act immediately.
Because I'm very much inspired by your own example. For example, you said last year when we met you, and this year, how you were very dedicated to the mission of your Guru Maharaj. Even Srila S. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada wanted you to go with them, but you were fixed. You didn't want to leave the service of your Guru, your direct Guru. So that's what I'm asking.
I committed an offense. So wherever I went, I bow down to Swami Maharaja. Please forgive me.
No, depend on making Maharaj.
A natural object of respect because godbrother to our Guru.
Yeah.
We have got no jurisdiction to say anything
Right.
because they are natural object of worship. Disciples of Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, whomever he may be, is the object of worship. We have got nothing to say about them.
Right.
But if you say, then you will commit offense.
Right.
Why should I take the risk?
Right.
You don't take the risk. Bhakti Lakshman Prabhupada, blessing he has got, and his natural object of worship is everywhere, whomever, we pay respect to him. Even a householder, if he is disciple of Bhakti Lakshman, we pay respect. Will be benefited.
What was different? Now my point is, you have a Guru Bhakti, one pointed devotion to your Diksha Guru thing, who actually give you some bhakti gyan. And sometimes you have also a relationship with other uncles, spiritual uncles. But you have to carry the order of your Diksha Guru,
Yes.
the way he wants you to do.
Yes.
Then others will be pleased.
Because directly he blessed me, gave mantra, everything. and directly he took me to 1 year with him and in various places, and I had the opportunity to hear many things. I had got no knowledge of scripture, but whatever I heard from Gurudev, they people think they have got a very brilliant scholar, but we have no time to go through. Only we heard from Gurudev, from Puri Maharaj, to Santa Guru, whatever we heard, we say. And they, people say he is a very learned person. Like that.
Guru Maharaj,
We got no time to read books.
This young lady has a question back here.
I got two questions at this time. One was that you said Dhruva Maharaj he attained his ultimate object, but I wasn't really understanding that because he attained Dhruva Loka. So, can you explain?
She's saying Dhruva Maharaj achieved Dhruva Loka.
Yes.
Is the is the ultimate object of isn't it? You're saying?
Temporary.
I wasn't really understanding.
You
what
were
you mean
saying
by
that
ultimate.
Dhruva Maharaj attained the ultimate object.
His
But
ultimate.
his ultimate object, that Narad is, no, that Dhruva,
Look.
following the order of Narad, achieved the highest object. But she's saying that Dhruva achieved Dhruva Loka. Is this the highest object?
Right.
This is her question.
Dhruva Loka, there he got Supreme Lord. When anybody has got taste of Supreme Lord, his birth and death is destroyed. Because after seeing Supreme Lord, he forgot everything. He started bhajan to get more property than his father. When he saw, he forgot everything. And God said, you ask for me something. You ask, no, I do not. Because you have started my bhajan to get something, I shall give you whatever you want. No, I do not want. I have seen you and I have blessed. I do not want anything. Because if you get taste of that, by showing to the other conditioned souls of this world, and for the respect of the devotee, he has given Dhruva Loka. But he becomes the eternal devotee of Supreme Lord Narayan, all the majesty has changed. There are different grades of devotees. Prahlad is more is superior to Dhruva, and Hanuman is superior to Prahlad, and Arjuna is superior to Hanuman, and Jadavas are superior to Arjuna, and Uddhav was the highest. And Uddhav, when he went to Braja, Vrajagop is the highest. It's like that, there are differences, degrees.
Next question.
Yeah, just one more question. I was contemplating this for some time.
This is our material introduction to others. That is the female in this way. But in our real self, we can serve. But there is this society, you have to not act like this so that others can be misguided. But that reason, Sadguru, you can serve mentally, you can serve even you are prohibited, the sannyasis should not, the young ladies should not touch the feet of the sannyasis. But they are not prohibited. When they will go, then the dust they will take. Because if they will do it, others, incompetent person, they also do this, then there will be fall, there will be spiritual fall. But that these restrictions are there. But everybody can serve. Actually, Rupa Goswami remained in the secluded place, Terikadam, in Nandagram, and also Sanatana Goswami in Pavan Sarovar. But they are more as active than us. In their real self, they are serving. We are serving with objects, material objects, with articles. They are serving mentally. They are serving their real self more than us. We see they are in a secluded place, but they are worshipping. there is an elevated state. When we shall get that elevated, we can do this. But now we are in these conditions also, so we have to use the articles also for the service. As far as practicable, we shall do this. And we have to think about the ascetics, those who are sannyasis, and so that outside people cannot misunderstand. We have to move like this.
I think the question was different between Vani and Bapu.
Bani
Like, for
Bapu,
example,
Bapu, service of Bapu, I think this is his doubt, her doubt. The Bapu, if I do service of Bapu directly of sannyasis or sadhus, then a lady, lady can do it or not. That sort of doubt, I think he has got.
so much. I was wondering whether
Bani you can do, but Bapu there are some restrictions. You can do, as far as the practical, you can do cooking, and that will be offered, and you can do a washing of the utensils, etc. And you can also have the dust when the sannyasi will move, then you take the dust. Like that. Even I could not touch. Perhaps once or twice I touched our Gurudev feet because I thought I am unholy. My hand is unholy. If I touch the pure feet, lotus feet of Guru Maharaj, I might be inwardly unhappy. But he himself ordered me to on his birthday to worship him. So I was forced to like that. At that time, I am not competent. Damodar Maharaj, they are competent. No. Sometimes I feel some hesitation because I am impure. I have no right to touch.
Sorry, just to finish that point as well, because my Guru Maharaj, Srila Maharaj, he said that only a liberated soul can fully follow all the instructions of the Paramahamsa like Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada. So how is it possible for someone who's conditioned soul like myself to follow instructions?
She said, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Maharaj, Diksha Guru, says only a liberated soul is possible to serve the Vani.
To
Follow instructions fully, only a liberated soul, but she said she's being a conditioned soul, how is it possible for her to do?
To follow the instructions.
All of the instructions.
Of the Guru.
Yes, there
So what does it mean?
Kanishta Bhagavat, Kanishta Vaishnava, Madhya Bhagavat, and Mahabhagavat, the differences. Kanishta Bhagavat has got respect for the service of the deity, and they have got no inclination to serve the devotees, and also they are going to serve other demigods. If they have got any inclination to serve demigods, then they cannot become Kanishta Vaishnava. They are considered to be Kanishta Vaishnava because they have got one point of devotion to Supreme Lord, but they have not understood Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord cannot be without devotees. But Madhya Bhagavat, they have got a clear idea. They serve the devotees. They serve the devotees and serve Krishna. And Mahabhagavat, they see everything, everywhere Krishna. There are degrees of realization.
So basically what she's saying that what should you do in your conditions?
Yeah.
She said actually everything. Actual darshan is that. Darshan about the Mahabharata. That is darshan. And deviation from that. Now we have started only.
Maharaj, I've got one letter where my spiritual master told me that in regards to taking remnant of Vaishnava, you should only take the remnants and the foot bathing water of a person who knows the 3 tattvas in full. So then, is that clear?
No.
We have one letter where my Guru Maharaj told me in regards to taking the remnants of Vaishnavas, the prasad remnants and foot bathing water. You must only take that remnants from a devotee who knows the 3 tattvas.
3 tattva bit sadhu.
3
Tattvas.
Three tattva.
Tattvas.
What is the 3 tattva? What is the 3 tattva?
I think Isha tattva,
Krishna, Jiva.
Shakti tattva, and Jiva tattva. He said one who a liberated soul, Mahabhagavat, he knows the 3 tattvas, so he can, if he's some, and what is it?
One should not take remnants.
One shouldn't take remnant, right, of
Someone who doesn't know.
someone who doesn't know the 3 tattvas.
Because I think this is the reason. There are Mayavadis. Mayavadi. Those who have got Mayavad, this sort of poison in them, they think that there is no potency, no jiva, only absolute Brahman is there. And out of ignorance we are seeing this. Ultimately we shall become Brahma. Now we cannot think about Brahma, so we have to take some form. It may be Krishna, it may be Goddess Kali, it may be anything. It may be even stone, anything. We have to give attention to that, and ultimately the object of worship and the worshipper and the worship will be destroyed and they will become merged in the forms. This is the great offense to Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is compared to a stone. This is atheism, total atheism. Those who have got to believe that Krishna is there and Krishna's manifestation of all the jivas are the parts of the potency. They are eternal servant, and the internal potency is Shuddha Bhakta, and there is the connection with Krishna, and Shuddha Bhakta is eternal. They are eternal servant and he is the eternal object of worship. Then worship can be eternal. Those who have got this one, they are eligible to take the task. But we have got belief. And those who have got no belief, and those who think they ultimately they will be merged, we should not touch. They have got no belief. Why they don't?
I mean,
You see, the other way around, it means that one shouldn't take remnants of someone who doesn't know those 3 tattvas. So suppose I see anybody, I say, oh, this person is sadhu, and he has left his remnant, let me take it. But if that person is not a sadhu who knows the 3 tattvas, then that's not, is not conducive.
Maya operata jnana, asura bhavavasi. Their jnana has been taken away by this demonic spirit. In Gita it is said. But you see, all the Vaishnavas, they give respect to all. Inada Vishwanijana, Tarloki Shrishna, Amanina, Maharadana, Tirtha, Nishida. They give respect to all inside. Because our object question is decided. They may go astray, but in their real self, whether they accept or not, they are the eternal servant of Sri Krishna. So they respect all. With these 4 qualities we have to perform. So we should not neglect anybody, but we should be careful. Those who have started sadhana, careful for associating with satsang.
You see, Maharaj, like last week one sadhu came here to the house, and we bathed the feet, and then I was thinking in my mind, because this sadhu is a nice devotee, but I don't have really like much faith in him or realization, very deep, not very deep feeling, So I was thinking that Guru Maharaj said that we shouldn't take, So I was thinking I'm not going to take, but I don't want to offend him. So I put 3 drops on my head like that, in front of him. And then immediately he told one story about one devotee whose guru told him, Grihastha devotee, you invite sadhus, wash their feet and drink the water. So he said, so I was thinking, oh my God, he knows my heart, that I don't want to drink his water, you know. Then I was really mental, I thought this is sort of an offence, you know. Anyway, so he said, so this disciple devotee was inviting sadhus, washing the feet, drinking the water. One sadhu came, all the feet was all pus and maggots coming out of the feet. So he thought, this water's not clean, I won't drink. So he didn't drink. Then he was cursed and they told him, you become snake, Kaliya. So I was thinking, oh my God, now if we don't drink this, we're going to be cursed. But Gurudeva said we shouldn't take if he doesn't know the tatters. And I was really
Shuddha Bhakta cannot curse. And Shuddha Bhakta does not think that I am a Shuddha Bhakta. Take the water. Can never say.
Sometimes, you know, you get so worried because you don't want to offend someone, you know. Sometimes you just cry thinking, oh, should I take this?
The Vaishnava Buddha Amanya. Pratishtha Shri Hridaya Dashve, even Nivata.
Thank you, Guru
You will
Maharaj,
find
so
that
much.
there are many pseudo-sects.
Because now the another next question to this Maharaj is that difficult, you invite someone who's you see is very elevated, and you said a different level of devotees, Kanishta, Madhyam, and but we have to pay respect to another person, to everyone. But when it comes to a question of honoring remnants, that way to be
You can pay respect to all.
Yeah.
But you have to associate. When you associate, you give your sixfold exchange. Dadati pratiginnati pujyamakati prachati. You have to do it with true devotee.
True devotee, yeah.
But Maharaj,
But you have
sometimes you
to
don't
give
know.
respect to all.
No, Buddha said that.
You don't know.
No, but Maharaj, sometimes you don't know if that person is a great devotee or not. You may, you don't know actually. So how do you know?
How do you know if you are sincere, or if God will inspire you, will be inside you.
Yeah.
If you are sincere.
Kalidas, the time of great Vaishnava, was taking the prasada, the remnants, all Vaishnavas, Kanishta, Madhya, no problem, everybody, and he got much advancement. So how can you
Because he has
explain
got belief in the Vaishnavas,
Yeah.
not an Vaishnava. He can do Bhuribani, a low caste, but he is a Vaishnava.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could recognize.
He might be in a low caste, but he was a Vaishnava. He was taking not from a Vaishnava.
I heard the whole
For
Vaishnava.
that reason, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very much.
Yeah, but you see, the Vaishnava in Tattva, I heard that it's the Vaishnava in Tattva. No, there was true Vaishnava. Tattva. No,
You could
just,
understand.
yeah.
The Bhuribani in the low caste he has burned, but he was a true devotee.
Yes.
But so he took the remnants of the Bhuribani and also the water, everything. But that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so glad, he did not allow anybody to touch his feet.
Yeah.
And he had the opportunity to drink the water of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet for thrice. And after that when he again, no, you should know. I have given you thrice.
Too much.
No, Maharaj, if somebody gives you remnant of a pure sadhu, topmost Vaishnav, and you have some doubt and you just and you don't take, is it offence?
No. It is not because when I was in Vrindavan, after Guru Maharaj's disappearance, we performed the Mandala Parikrama. And we started from Mathura and we ended it at Vrindavan. And Vrindavan, our Guru Maharaj's Advent anniversary, 500, 600 devotees came. There in the night they were taking food, prasad. At that time one DSP, Deputy Secretary of Police came and to warn me, why you have come? I have come to warn you that there are some sadhus are here with saffron cloth. They are deceiving the persons who are coming who have come. They are not actually sadhu. They are taking the dress of sadhu. They are disciple. And they give prasad, and they take prasad, they become unconscious, and they rob everything. So we have given some signboards that we should not take prasad from the saffron cloth moving on the road. So you tell them they are here. They do not see the signboard. Tell them that they should not take prasad. They are astounded. Yes, to exploit the devotees. There are some bad persons. They have also taken this saffron cloth and they are deceiving. And actually they are not sadhus. So I told them, you should not take prasad from a saffron cloth sadhu, but you should not disrespect them, because there will be actual sadhu, and there will be deceitful sadhu, there may be hypocrites. So I calmed down to them. I cannot take. You gave your respect, but we have to force to say, this is Kali Yuga. Everything is possible. We should be very careful.
So it's not offensive if you're not sure and you just...
There is doubt. We cannot say. We have to say.
Yeah.
When you told him, then if he take from a hypocrite, he is not a sadhu, he has come to exploit, then he should be careful for this. I should say that, because where there are religious persons, also hypocrites also
Maharaj,
to exploit that. You should be careful for this.
Maharaj, if one sadhu is there, one great Vaishnava, and everybody's saying, come, 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 great Vaishnava is here, you must come, but yourself you have too many doubt and you don't want to go, is that offensive if you don't want to go? Like, it's a great, Maharaja is come, he's speaking Krishna Katha, but yourself you don't want to go, is that an offence?
If you have got disrespect, then it is offense. You have to respect all. But I have got my own engagement, I cannot go. I have got my own engagement, own service. You are not to use harsh words to anybody. You do not know. You have to respect all.
Maharaj, is it different if it's somebody in your house, because you know this Atiti Narayan, you know, Atiti Seva, and you know, proper respect to guests. So if you're thinking that any guest who comes,
unknown person, very difficult. Nowadays, unknown person or Gadakuleshwar, Vasudevana Putrachit, it is in their scripture. Unknown person, what motive they have come, you do not know. You pay respect. But we are happy but no, now we cannot do anything. Later on, we will inquire and we will be sanguine. Unknown person is very dangerous sometimes nowadays.
What about Maharaj, if you think that I'm very neophyte?
Everywhere you have to be careful. And our police, they come to a mart. You have to take the photo when new person comes. And give us, if there be anything, we cannot do it, because they put a bomb and there was it. What will be the position now? So, unknown persons will inquire, if somebody is sent, or known person, then we have got no. The unknown person comes, we say, hey, you can take prasad, but you go outside with him. And if you have got doubt, you should be careful. Situation, you have to see the situation. And if anything happens, then police will come. Why you have done this? We have got institution. They will inquire. You have not acted according to our advice. Why? Then they will say. For that reason we have to say. Although we know we should not like to do this, but sometimes this sort of persons come. Sometimes. It is difficult. Nowadays, day by day, it is deteriorating. Day by day. You are not 100 years back. Or when you are young, you have not seen like this. But day by day deteriorating, the political situation. We have to move accordingly.
Maharaj, you know in these disciplic successions, you know, in the parampara, I was wondering, I was interested to know what your answer is. How is it, if you have someone in an Acharya, Vaishnava, in the disciplic succession, is it absolutely necessary that he has to have a successor after him? Is that absolutely necessary always?
Diksha successor, Siksha successor, maybe you can clarify.
We talk about Diksha.
Diksha or Siksha?
Disciplic succession you have to remember. Otherwise you will have no, you will not get strength, and there will be no potency in the seed of the mantra. It is coming from preceptual channel. You have to pray for the grace of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna and Brahma, Narad, Bharje, Bhattacharya, preceptual channel. Then it will be effective. Otherwise, if you have no belief in the channel, then you have not got the seed. If there is a lifeless seed, no, nothing is produced.
So Maharaj,
No, the question was.
if I get Diksha mantra, initiation from Kanishta Guru or Madhyam Guru, what is the power of initiation? Is there a power?
Because if there is a precepted channel,
Yeah,
if there is a link is all right, then it will have some effect.
some effect.
And if there is a link is not all right, then it will have
So that's why.
there should be a link. Sampradaya vihana mantrastha nishphalamata. Sampradaya means sambhak pradatta. The knowledge is imparted through a preceptive channel. And the right channel should be. Otherwise you will have no effect. If you have lifeless seed, there are so many Kula Gurus, family Gurus. We had also. We have not taken any mantra from their family Gurus. They used to come to our house to give mantra only to take some honorarium for their own livelihood. And our parents, they used to give. And we thought we should have, Guru has come, we will take prasad. That much. But they are not real bona fide Guru. They are doing this a kind of that to meet their family requirements. You become Shishya, you become disciple, and they are not saying you have to give up these things, you have to accept this thing, you become Shishya and give honor, Dakshina, like that. But we have not, those who want to have darshan of Bhagavan, realization, they should realize soul in this.
Kama Bhakta. Madhyam Bhakta.
Maharaj, I'm going to ask you a question. I hope nobody minds me asking this, but I was just wondering, like for an example, if, let's just say for example, if I was fortunate enough to be a disciple of your Divine Grace, and then I don't know if you can tell me to stop if it's not a good question, but I was wondering if I was a disciple now of yourself, and then and some stage when you decide that you don't want to do pastimes here anymore, then would I have to take shelter of one of your disciples, or could I, from Chaitanya Mission where you are, or can I go somewhere else?
Mantra Dikha, so you should take from one. You cannot take from many. You can have Shiksha Guru, many, but Diksha Guru cannot do many.
But even Shiksha Guru can,
Shiksha Guru, for Shiksha Guru you can take. Shiksha Guru 24, 26, Shiksha Guru you will find in Rajesh Congress. Everywhere you can have teaching. Shiksha Guru. But Diksha Guru, there should be one preceptive channel. If that should come from the right channel. That you should think.
Maharaj, I think her question is when Diksha Guru leaves this world, does the Siksha Guru have to be direct Diksha line from Diksha Guru? So
Not
Siksha
exactly.
Guru.
I'm sort of more or less wondering, it's a bit personal, like what would he expect his disciples to do? To serve Chaitanya Mission, or would he mind if they serve another mission?
He has got the mantra from the right channel.
Personal.
And what difficulty? He has got the seed. We have to think. But for getting inspiration of doing bhajan, he may take help from Shiksha Guru. If the channel is not good, if there is no sampradaya Krishna Brahma like that, then it will have no effect. It not go to Krishna. It should come from Krishna. Then it will be effective. His Guru, ultimately Krishna.
Alright. There's one question I have, like, if you are initiated by a bona fide Sadguru, but somehow or other due to unfortunate circumstances you have left the path of sadhana bhakti for a number of years. Say for instance 10 years you've gone back into material life and no any sadhana. So, but after you get inspiration again and you want to practice sadhana bhakti again, is the seed you have gotten from your Diksha Guru at the time you took initiation from Sadguru, will this still be effective? Still there?
Guru Maharaj, when there was something like this, Guru Maharaj told him, you have to wait. You have to wait, you have to see. It may be accidental. You will find in Gita also. That accidentally, some devotee who is exclusive devotion to Krishna, they may some Apichet Shudraja, that sloka explained. So you have to wait whether it is permanent or it is accidental. If it is permanent, then you have to change. And if it is accidental, you are not to change. You have to see.
Hare Namo Krishna Jadavaya Namo